Okay, Tyler. So in this episode, I feel like I've been pelted with more of your character profiles is more or less what it is. It's I'm being pelted with character profiles. And it's like, okay, cool, no problem. I got it. 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 So now you done threw 23 characters at me. Let's get on with the story. Okay? Let's get on with the story. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Beauty in Black. This is episode 3. Listen, this is just a word of advice. Tyler, you can take it. Feel free at any time to use flashbacks because you got all these characters, all these different storylines, all of this different stuff going on. I mean, you did a little bit of flashing back in episode 1, but feel free to do some flashbacks because I literally felt pelted. I was so tired. By the time T.S. Madison hit the screen again, I literally dozed off 3 times in the same spot. 3 times in the same spot. I ran it back and I tried. Or maybe I was just tired. I don't know. But weird that I dozed off 3 times in the same spot. It is just so much information being thrown at one time that it's like, Jesus, okay, all right, I get it. I got it. Roll out some more story here and not more profile for a story to come. It's overwhelming sometimes. But anyway, there was a lot going on in this episode. We actually did get another character, which I was surprised and very happy to see Terrell Carter show up in this episode, which, I was wondering, I knew it would only be a matter of time before I seen Terrell as something bigger for Tyler Perry. And if y'all don't know who Terrell Carter is, you go to Instagram and look up Terrell Music. He is something fantastic. Okay. He really is uber talented young man. Very easy on the eye and very powerful on the ear. He's a singer and an actor and just, yeah, he's a force. He's a writer. He's a whole bunch of stuff, but really, really talented. Definitely deserves to be seen right up front. And he is actually playing a lawyer here. So I don't know if this is just going to be a little cameo. I don't think so, but we'll talk about it as we go forth. Anyway, but Terrell Carter, like I said, go look up Terrell Music on Instagram and you'll be pleasantly surprised if you don't know him already. I've been following him for years. Okay, so here we go. So it's the truth that the relaxer from Beauty in Black is actually knocking women off, just literally wiping their asses out. And there is a class action suit that has been filed. The person who actually got hit is actually Ina, who is the wife of Norman, who is Horace's brother. Okay? So, whole bunch. Horace and Norman built Beauty in Black. Okay? They built the company together. But it's, the family is just really estranged. Horace has prostate cancer. Okay? He has prostate cancer. He ends up taking his medicine with Kimmy. She's still there. He basically tells her, I'll check on your friend. Take this money out my pocket. I definitely want to see Angel again, but he's a thief. He's a damn thief. He stole my wallet. I need you to get my wallet back. Not my wallet. He stole my watch. I need you to get my watch back because it has some sentimental value to this watch. He told her, take the truck and just bring it back when you bring back my watch. So I'm like, now how's she going to be riding around town with this truck? And she also knows now that the pimp actually is attached to this some type of way. And you think the pimp won't know the truck because he knows everything. He's the all-seeing. He's the whiz. And he lives in Oz and Atlanta, Georgia. But Tyler said it's Chicago, so down to the Chicago. Anyway, a mess, a whole mess. So, Ina is actually in a medically induced coma. Okay. The acting in this part was just bad. Oh, doctor, is she gonna be? That acting was bad. Norm, that was. Listen, he's a way better actor than that. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he was just uncomfortable, but that scene was horrible. It was horrible. The acting in that scene was not good at all. At all. And I know he is capable of much better. And he actually shows you because he actually had another scene at the very end of the episode, which was much, much more heartfelt and it positioned better. But that was just a bad scene. I'm like, please do a redo. Do a redo. That was terrible. That was terrible. So that was that. So she's in this here coma. That's that. Now here's the part where I end up falling off to sleep. Daga and Body go back to the hotel room, knock on the door. They go up in there on Kimmy and they beat Kimmy up. What? Body wants to get her whole thing going. She ain't listening to Kimmy. Kimmy's telling her, everything's cool. I got you. You can tell she's scared. And that's always been an issue for me. How do you fight a person that don't want to fight? What is it in you that allows you to bully and fight a person who clearly doesn't want to fight? You are a screwed up individual to be wanting to be banging on and hitting on a person who's basically begging you not to hit them. And then the two of y'all, right? That just looked horrible. And I'm like, really? So there you go. You got Daga and you got Body beating Kimmy up. For what reason? All because Body's like, you trying to take my spot? Girl, ain't nobody trying to be the hoe in charge. Ain't nobody trying to be the hoe in charge. You look crazy. But they beat her up and they was high-fiving each other. Girl, we beat her ass. I said. But that's the streets. Just stupid behavior. Anyway, they go running on off. That's ridiculous. Then we actually see Norman. He goes down to see Olivia. Baby, when I tell you Tyler Perry, got Debbie Morgan so goddamn clean, I said, come on, Tyler. Because, there was some other little things that he had done back in the past with some wigs and some clothes, and we'd be like, Tyler, if you don't get your ass. Debbie Morgan is so damn clean and all this white and this badass gray bob. I said, yes, ma'am, Miss Debbie. And she deserves to be. Listen, I've been a fan of Debbie Morgan for years and years and years. Remember when she was Rock's wife? Quit playing with me. But Debbie, she looked like the queen that she actually is. Clean as hell. Kudos, Tyler Perry, because you did that. Miss Debbie is clean. You hear me? Norman go down there to see her. She down there to the church. Now, I had to laugh. In a minute. But he go down to church, and we find out she is basically the mother of Horace's children. So we got that. There's two boys. There's Charles and there's Roy. Those are Horace's sons. Pimp Juice. Pimp Juice is not one of the sons. He's just involved with the family. He's not one of the sons, okay? So we got that going on. He goes down there talking to her and says, you know, is it your family? Which one of your family members did it? He's like accusing somebody. And she's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm telling you, if you're covering this up for one of them, I will burn this whole thing down. So we get this sense right now is there's problems between the two brothers, and Norman is actually more treacherous than Horace. And the way in which Olivia was moving, I think Norman is a whole problem, baby. They was trying to get a hold of it. Next thing we see is Olivia. She clean as hell again in this black outfit. I said, come on here. Go out to this badass house. This house is real sharp. Real state-of-the-art type of house. Sharp. All white. Bad. Go pull up, honey, and we see two dudes getting down, baby. I said, well, look at here, honey. Somebody was getting their back pounded. And I said, this thing, listen, honey. All right. I said, baby, they was digging in, honey, digging in. I said, all right. But she goes in here. We found out this is Charles. This is Charles's house. Honey, she go and her son is up here just beating this boy's back in. Cute little boy. When he gets it, he ain't no little boy, but he was like, he was all buffed up, but he was the way he was taking it. I was a cute little boy. So they was getting it in. But here's the part that was killing me. She come in and stops the sex. She smacked him all up in the back of his head because he didn't stop. He was still bamming him. And he knew his mom. He was like, Mom, she's standing there. He was still pumping on him. Just disrespectful. Now, who does that? Gay, straight, or otherwise. Your mother standing at the door and you still pumping. Now, that's a bit too much. That's a bit too much. And when I tell you, I start laughing because that's when we figured. I said, "Oh, she a real character. She's a cussing Christian. She was cussing and fussing and telling them, get your black ass up there and go put something on your black ass and get your black ass out of here and your black ass." I said, "Is this what happens, Miss Olivia? When you take off your white outfit and you put on your black outfit, you a cussing Christian?" You do your best work down there to the church when you have on your white outfit. But when you put on your black outfit, honey, you cuss the place down, honey. She's cussing her ass off. I said, okay, funny as hell. I like her. I like Olivia. But again, Debbie Morgan, clean. She even had a cute old nasty piece of push pump on, honey. I said, go ahead, girl. She was getting it, honey. I loved it. They was just a bit higher than kitten heels. It's a pair of push pumps, honey. I said, girl, work out, honey. She's clocking all around the house and talking her shit. She went on out back to check the cars. And she actually had gone over there to see whether Charles had ran Ina over. Child, I said, they going to find out who ran Ina over, honey. I said, Lord have mercy. Next thing, we got Roy and we got Mallory. Now, the two of them going back and forth. Roy is like, asking her some questions, just that thing and the other. She says, yeah, I found out that it's your aunt that got hit. She said, the bitch was old anyway. She old as hell. I said, oh, wow. Listen, Mallory is cold-blooded, and he always says that. He says, you are just cold. Like, you are so cold. His lines are really corny, too. Just for the record, Roy, I don't know whether you're acting as good or bad, but the scenes and the lines that you've been given are horrible. everything about his character. Well, he's a goofball. First of all, he's a goofball. So maybe that's part of the character building they're doing for him. But his lines are goof troop. You know, ooh, you is cold as frozen broccoli. What? Whatever. As treacherous as they actually made him out to be, because he came in like he was real treacherous. You know, he was real off the chain with the hooker, but when it comes to his wife, she talks good shit to him and goes on. But I mean, we get, because Horace loves her, so we get that. But the lines are just so corny. It's so corny. Anyway, I don't know. And she said, "Did you just say you is?" I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Then they go through the whole thing, call my wife. And it's like, you stupid. You know, she lets him know basically she done been into the AI part of his phone. And that's how the girl did the whole call my wife. But yeah, how would she know? Because she's so scared. Kimmy's so scared of everybody. How would she know that that would work in his phone? I thought it was very corny. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, let's just ride the roller coaster. Let's just go along. He realizes that Kimmy has set him up and he's mad. Okay. Next thing you know, we down there with Rain. Now we see Rain. Rain is going to die. I have the sneaking suspicion that we are seeing the last scenes of Miss Rain that we're going to see. She has no doctors. The nurses are basically laughing at her. They said she got some blood clots, and they already set it up, saying that, oh, they're going up to her heart or whatever. Like, really? Pretty fast to find all that out. But why don't you have the doctor? So they set it up that ain't nobody gonna work with her. I was like, what is that all about? But okay, whatever. And they laughing. The nurses is laughing at her. And I'm sitting there saying, now of the whole Chicago area, ain't but one hospital? Ain't but one hospital. You go back to that hospital. Did he told you to stay out of that hospital? Of course she got caught down at that hospital, you know, and all of that. She run into Jules. Jules get her and do this whole creepy ass scene where he's telling her, threatening her to hurt her up again. Then made her stand in front of an ambulance and then goes up and, you know, like he going to ram her into the wall and into, not the wall, but into the, you know, smash her between the ambulance and the car. All of this real, I don't know. I don't really like that whole sadistic kind of, it's, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. But he's doing all of this and I'm like, whatever. Anyway, next we see Jules and Roy have a conversation. He went in there and told him, listen, set up a meeting with me and Kimmy because I need to see her because she set me up. And he's like, well, wait a minute. He said, just do it. I need to, you know, I want to make her pay. So, okay, I'll do it. So now we got men consorting to victimize and damage women. Not a good look, but okay, whatever. Cool. I mean, that's okay. Anyway, moving on. Then we got the meeting with the lawyer. We had the board and the lawyer. That's where they got to talk about, you know, Horace is actually accused Olivia of being the reason that Charles is gay. Because Charles is in there and Charles is just not interested in the business and just he looking at porn on his computer while he's supposed to be there working. He's typing old nasty sext to somebody. He's sexting somebody during the meeting. His dad grabbed his phone and he read it out loud. And then he literally blames Olivia for Charles being gay. I'm like, didn't you just get done paying Angel to twirl for you? Excuse me. But I would say that gay gene jumped off of you onto old Charles. But I mean, I'm just saying, who am I? You know, a mess. I said, people will deflect. I said, that's a mess. But at any rate, $1.5 million is what the class action suit is. They got $1 million in insurance. We got the lawyers telling them, maybe y'all shouldn't settle. They're like, well, wait a minute. We only got $1 million in insurance. It's 1.5 million. That would literally bankrupt the company. He's like, that's a better idea than to just pay it off. And I'm like, okay, all right. So they kind of are stuck right there. The family is fussing. They tell the rest of the board members to get out, and it's just family in there. And when you look around, baby, here come Norman, and Norman busts in. And here's when Norman had his good scene. And he busted and he said, which one of you motherfuckers ran over my wife? I said, now there you go, Norman. Now that's better. Which one of you motherfuckers ran over my wife? And he looking around the room, child looking at Roy and Mallory, honey. I look at him, I said, guilty, guilty. And that's basically where this one wrapped up. But it was just so much information. Just I'm like, child, 2 hours worth. Like he got a movie worth of information crammed into this 1 hour. I said, Tyler. But okay, it's go. Ride to ride. I know. Ride to ride. I told you I was going to be fussing. And when they do this stuff, it's a lot. It's too much. But I have a sneaking suspicion Miss Rain is going to die soon. She that dang on. She ain't even hooked up to that machine. She ain't even have an IV. I was like, what kind of shit is this? She didn't have an IV. I was like, and she leaking out her butt. Antifreeze. Leaking antifreeze out her butt. But you don't even have an IV. I said, anyway, listen, I'm going to catch y'all on the next episode. Lord, this is so ridiculous, child. I love it. Just ridiculous. Let's enjoy some more of this. Why don't we? Catch y'all on the next one.